Alright, you guys. So, I'm here for, pretty much, I'm about to do something I never thought that I would do during my piercing journey that I've had to do a few times before for other reasons. I'm about to retire two of my piercings. This is very hard for me because I've grown very attached to my piercings. I've grown very accustomed to having the specific amount of metal in my skin that I currently have. So this is very fucking hard for me. And the reason I'm having to do this is because when I got my innermost lip piercings done, I did not listen to my piercer. And I got them done with hoops because I had had issues with studs before, where it turns out they were pierced with something that wasn't quite long enough to accommodate swelling. And I've got pretty big bottom lip. Like, it's thick as fuck. I got a fat ass bottom lip. So I had a lot of problems finding studs because for a long time I didn't know that they came in like all different kinds of lengths and they had different ones. Like, I didn't know because, you know, it's kind of hard to find information on this type of shit. Like, you just find the same shit over and over and over. So I got them pierced with little C-rings, which you shouldn't do because then you end up with shit not healing right. And, you know, I mean, it healed okay. It was fine-ish. But, my body kind of recognized that I done fucked up, that I was in the wrong, and for a while they've been migrating and pushing out, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, okay, it's not super noticeable, but then I was looking and I was like, bro, these look almost like fucking vertical labrays, like when you get up on it, like, you can, sorry I have a shitty camera, this is a fucking Android, but my outermost lip piercings are doing great. So my innermost lip piercings, they're right out fucking here. Like, you see the difference. So, pretty much, you guys are going to be here for emotional support while I take these out. This is really fucking hard for me, but I have to do it because if I don't and they continue to push out, I'm really scared that it's going to tear through my fucking lip and it's going to leave some kind of ugly ass, nasty looking scar. So, I'd rather just swallow my pride and take them out instead, you know, like, admit that I was wrong and fucking take them out instead of leave them and allow it to cause me injury because they are starting to hurt really, really bad. As they've started to push out, my lip has gotten very angry with me for not listening. This is why you should always listen to your body. When something goes wrong, address it immediately. Don't ignore it because it will cause you unnecessary pain. So, here we go. I'm gonna grab a mirror or something and I'll be right back. Alright, so I can't find a fucking mirror, and I'm not gonna tear my goddamn house apart and wake my mom up trying to find it, so we gonna do this. Oh, it was easy. I twist them on so tight that normally I have some issues getting them off. I guess it's better to have trouble getting them off than to constantly lose them, right? Sorry. hard for me. And now I'm gonna leave those out so they can heal. I probably will be getting them redone the right way, either in the same style or in the vertical abrade style, because I have been very curious about how that looks. Like I know what a vertical abrade looks like, but I'm saying like on me personally. Also like I'm curious about like what all that feels like, the aftercare, all that shit. Like I want to know. Like some people tell me, but it's like just generalized bullshit that you get in the APP pamphlet, where it's like general shit for all piercings, but like I want that personal experience of knowing what it's like for myself. So I will possibly be getting them redone as vertical abrades, because I kind of liked how it looked, but I was scared because it is a migrating, rejecting piercing, because that's not how they originally looked. But yeah, you should listen to your body, listen to your piercers. If they tell you something, it's because they have your best interest in mind. They wouldn't tell you something just because, oh, they don't want you to have what you want. No, they're telling you this because they want what's best for you. They want you to get the best possible result. They want you to heal. They don't want you to have to take shit out. Because for some people, some people, they get a piercing because they see a celebrity with it. They see someone they have a crush on with it. And they're like, oh, they've got this. I got to get this because, they're cool people. I want to be cool people. People get piercings for stupid reasons sometimes. But then if you're like me and a lot of people that I know, you collect these body modifications because they make you feel more complete as a person. They bring you closer to being who you have always seen yourself as, They make you feel one step closer to being who you really are, Each hole, each new bit of metal, I feel closer and closer to being who I was meant to be inside and out, because, inside and out. You know it? Inside and out. You know it? But this is really fucking hard for me to do. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay after this. But I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully, they heal up pretty quick. But yeah, this is fucking heartbreaking for me to do. Because every time I get something done, I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking it out. Like, I got it done. I made the commitment. I've dedicated my time and my energy to it. Like I'm gonna make this work. But sometimes you have to stop being fucking stubborn and listen to your body. Don't listen to your fucking head. Listen to your body. You know it? Sometimes you have to sacrifice shit. But yeah, I feel less like myself right now. I feel like less of a man right now. Words cannot explain how empty I feel right now, how incomplete I feel right now. Seeing these rings lay on this table, seeing my face a little more naked than it used to be. It's almost like burying a friend. This hurts worse than any fucking breakup. Breakups, I'm like, okay. Better than your ex, bitch. Better than your next, bitch. Bye, bitch. And then, what's good? I'm back to doing me. But this really, really fucks me up. I was even devastated to lose my little finger piercing. I successfully maintained it for 2 days. I also learned in the process why finger piercings are dumb as shit. That's the whole reason I did it, is because I wanted to know why it was a bad idea. Like, I think they're cute. If you can heal one, good for you. Like, good for you. I just couldn't do it. It's too painful, too annoying, and also, like, you use your hands so much. That's still devastating. I'm still not completely over my nose piercings not being there. I'm still not completely over my second holes being gone, but I will be redoing them once I'm done stretching my main lobe piercing. I'll be redoing this and stretching that as well. I had to retire my nose piercings because one of them had like a really nasty piercing bump of some unknown origin, because it wasn't a keloid and it wasn't a hypertrophic scar. It was just some kind of bump, and it, like, there was ickiness in there, and it was weird because I clean my piercings every day, so I had to take one of them out. And then my other ones, when I was trying to change them, my nose has never really cooperated and immediately seized, even though they were fully healed. I couldn't get anything in there. I couldn't get the same size jewelry back in there. I couldn't get smaller jewelry back in there. I couldn't get anything back in there. And what I had originally wanted to do with my piercings in my nose was stretch them. I was going to stretch my nostrils to 6s, and I was going to stretch my septum to a 12, possibly a 10. But I was like, if I can't even change my jewelry, even though they're completely healed, how the fuck am I going to stretch it? So I retired them so that way I can get them punched. You know, that's basically where some people, they got this little cookie cutter thing and they kind of like stamp it out. Other places, they get really big gauge needles for whatever size you're trying to go for. And then they get like a needle receiving tube in there, and then they just, you know, and inside the needle is like a little puck of skin, cartilage, tissue, whatever. That's called skin punching. It's really painful. That's why I haven't done it yet. Also, it's a little bit more expensive than a normal piercing because they're not putting a little nose bone in there. They're not putting just a normal ring in there. They're putting plugs. They're putting a fat, big-ass ring. So, of course, it's more expensive because they have to put bigger things in there. Bigger things cost more than smaller things. But, yeah, losing a piercing is never easy. Just like a tattoo getting messed up is never easy, you know? Like, say you had a really nice tattoo on your arm and you got a cut on your arm and now the tattoo's all fucked up because you got this fat-ass weird scar through it, you know? That shit doesn't feel good. Or when you get it and they happen to use an ink that you're allergic to, or an outdated ink, and then it, like, kind of just gets nasty and your skin just doesn't take it. Like, that sucks. You went through all that pain and paid all that money for shit, for nothing, you know? Also, with tattoos, you can't be allergic to a color, okay? And color doesn't hurt more than black and gray. Color tattoos and black and gray tattoos hurt equally, okay? And your skin cannot tell the difference between colors, okay? Your arm does not have eyeballs on it, okay? Your cells do not have eyeballs. They cannot tell. You are probably allergic to the brand of ink, or it might be outdated. And if it's outdated, it's actually illegal for them to have it. Like, they have to throw it away if it's outdated. Because ink does go bad. Tattoo ink does go bad. Just like needles, if they're pre-sterilized, you can only keep them for so long before they have to be re-sterilized because the shit wears off. Like, which is why you see piercers put it back into the autoclave as soon as they open it. They're like, I don't give a fuck if it is sterilized already. I'm putting it in there anyways, because fuck it, I'm putting everything in there. They're putting the forceps, they're putting the jewelry, they're putting the needles, they're putting everything in there. You know it. But yeah, your skin cannot tell the difference. Also, if you get tattoos at home and then you're like, oh, this didn't take, I wonder why. You have either a jailed style tattoo gun and some ink you made, or some subpar inks off the internet, and some tattoo guns that are just basic from like Amazon and shit. Like, honey, honey, what did you expect? Also, some people, like this one girl I used to know, she had a tattoo. It was all black except for one spot was blue. And the blue didn't take. And I was like, well, you might be allergic to the brand. She's like, well, I don't know what brand it is. I was like, was there ink on it? Because, sometimes, tattoo artists on the gloves, like, they're pressing down. Like, there's excess ink. That's why they have to wipe it here and there so they can see what they're doing. And it gets on their gloves, and sometimes it gets on the bottles when they pick it up to pour out more ink. She said that wasn't the case. I was like, okay. Was it outdated? She's like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, what'd they look like? Trying to figure out if I can figure out what brand of ink it is, because I know quite a few different brands just from, talking shit with my artist mid-tattoo to try and distract myself. She said they had no fucking labels. I'm like, well, that's illegal as fuck. That's illegal as fuck. You can't remove the labels of tattoo ink because people do have allergies to certain types of ink. You cannot remove the labels. And if the labels start coming off, you have to, either throw it away or tape it back on or glue it back on. You cannot have tattoo ink without labels. And your skin cannot tell the difference between color and black and gray. It can't. It all requires shading. It all requires saturation. It all requires contrast, unless you're doing, certain styles, your shit's supposed to look like a coloring page type deal. Then it can be, pretty flat looking. But, there's shading and shit. It's all the same, techniques as far as, getting your lines and getting your colors in. Black and gray, you still technically have to color it in. You have to fill shit in with black and gray. It's coloring, in a sense. But, they hurt the same. And a lot of piercings hurt the same, too. The fuck? Some people are like, oh my god, the closer to the middle of your lip you go, the more it hurts. And it's like, are you dumb? Are you? And some people who, don't even have certain piercings are like, oh my god, don't get that. It's, the worst fucking thing in the world. It hurts. And it's like, looking at their naked fucking face, I'm like, how would you know? Before I got my bridge done, I had somebody who doesn't have a bridge, has never had a bridge, tell me, oh, that shit hurts so fucking bad. No, it didn't. I'm gonna admit I didn't get it done in a shop. Not telling you to do that. Wait for the shops to open back up, please. But me, I taught my friend how to do it as she was doing it. You know how patient you have to be for that? You know how calm you have to be? And it didn't hurt. I was like, oh. I thought that was gonna suck. My eyebrow hurt worse than that. My lip hurt worse than that. My nipples hurt worse than that. You know it? And my nipples barely hurt, though. My nipples, I don't even start on my nipples. I was like, wow, that's done. Okay. Shit. And then I was like, man, when's it gonna start hurting? And then 5 minutes later, I was like, that don't feel good. That don't feel good at all. That don't feel good. Oh my god. Did I mention that don't feel good? Because that doesn't feel good. Bitch, did I mention that doesn't feel good? Oh my god. But yeah. A lot of piercings hurt the same. A lot of them hurt the same. This one didn't fucking hurt. I mean, it was tender, but it's never hurt. As it was getting done, I was like, alright, what's he doing now? Because, I barely felt anything, and also, because you have to line up the dots perfectly because you see both of them. You have to go kind of slow. That and the particular method that he was using is the least painful method, and it did take a little longer. But me, because I wasn't used to that, I was like, alright, what's he doing now? What's going on? Is it in? The bead's on? Wow. And then I cried happy tears because I felt really, really pretty. I just felt this pure, raw, intense emotion that, I can't even describe what all was there. It was just, I just felt so many things They were all nice things, but I felt so many things. But, like, the one thing I didn't feel was fucking pain. And then afterwards, I was like, oh. It took, like, 10 minutes for it to, like, actually, like, become uncomfortable. Because I was like, oh, wow. That's something. Jeez, that don't feel too great. That don't feel too great. It feels like when you get punched in the face, but not like the direct impact, but like a few days later, like when the bruise is starting to go away because you've been putting frozen peas on it type shit. Yeah, it was like that. Still kind of owie, but not so like, I don't touch it, you know? Like, it just kind of wasn't great. But I still have it. I do plan on downsizing the bar, or possibly replacing it with dermals, and then a dermal somewhere around here. But yeah, hopefully I don't have any troubles with the dermals. But these, I will greatly miss having these in my face. But I know it's for the best if I don't have them in, because they were migrating. And they were migrating pretty fast too, so that was concerning. But yeah, anyways, listen to your artists, listen to your piercers, don't do shit at home. Listen to your body, don't do shit at home. Go to the shop, not your homie's basement. Go to the shop, not somebody's house. Go to the shop, not your house. Go to the shop, don't do things at home. Because then you don't have to deal with the intense emotional distress of losing your piercings or your tattoos fucking up. Go to the shop.